Today we are going to be talking about the dresses that are on my personal EGL wish list. These are going to be the dresses that are like in the top most wanted list for me at the moment. I have some other dresses that I have on my wish list on Library that are still dresses I want, main pieces I want, but they're just not the priority. These ones are the main priority. A lot of these dresses are going to be like duplicates of ones that I already technically own, but it's not the exact cut I want or the exact colorway I want, so I'm still on the hunt for a different version of the same dress, if that makes sense. So, I have my iPad here so we can go through it together. Okay, so the first dress on my wish list is Puppet Circus by Angelic Pretty. Now this dress in particular, I feel like is probably the most unrealistic dress, personally, to obtain. I feel like it's lost a lot of popularity compared to what it used to be like back in maybe like 2015, 2016. There were a lot of people who were selling this dress for $1,500 plus, and people were actually paying that price for this dress. It's a really rare dress. It's really pretty. Of course, I want the white colorway, but I would honestly take the black or the red in order. It'd probably be ivory, red, and then the black version, but they're all gorgeous. I really like AP's velveteen pieces, which you'll kind of see later on, and I've probably already rambled about in my other videos, but I really like Angelic Pretty's velveteen pieces that just have the print as like a solid color, or it's like glitter, or it's like gold something, silver something. I really like that style of dress. It feels a lot less busy than like a printed dress that has multiple colors, shading, like the whole works of like a piece of art on it. It just feels a lot more versatile, easy to style, and it's just what I personally like, especially considering someone who enjoys Moitié. Moitié is my favorite brand, of course. A lot of their dresses are just a solid color, and then the print on the bottom is another solid color. So it's probably more just like a gothic Lolita thing than anything. But yeah, so Puppet Circus on there. Not paying $1,000+ for it. Probably won't even pay $800, $700, $600 plus for it. It really just depends on where I'm at financially, and if I can really if I could really justify making that purchase. Maybe $500 is the max I would pay for this piece, maybe, but that's still a hard maybe. Okay, so next piece is Nameless Poem in the white colorway. So this is one of the first dresses on the list that I technically already own this dress. I own it in the wine and white colorway. There's a wine and black colorway, which honestly I would probably prefer over the one I have, but this is the one I have, is the wine and white colorway, which is fine. It's still really nice. I used to own Nameless Poem in the gray colorway, and I ended up selling it because it was too boring for me. It was uncomfortable, and I don't know, I just didn't feel anything towards it. So I ended up selling it, so that's fine. But the white colorway with the black accents is absolutely stunning to me. Of course, one of my favorite types of colorways, an all white dress with black accents. Absolutely adore that. So of course I would love to have this dress in this colorway. I think this is probably one of the rarer, if not the rarest colorway of Nameless Poem, so it hasn't come up in quite a while. But it doesn't really sell for a whole lot. Nameless Poems in general don't really sell for a super ton of money, so if it does come up, I will probably end up snatching it as long as it's not overpriced. So, yeah. Next piece is honestly maybe a little bit of a surprise. We're kind of going into like a small, sweet section here. So, Cameo Window by Angelic Pretty. Now, this particular, I want the skirt, by the way. The tiered JSK is secondary. If that came up, I would get that one, but the skirt is really my main priority. So I really like the way that this skirt looks, and I think it would look really cute with a high collar blouse with a big necktie and princess sleeves. I remember when this dress came out and really, really wanting it. So a big part of the reason why I want this piece is probably just nostalgia. I didn't have enough money to buy new AP, barely had enough to buy secondhand AP when I first got into Lolita. So all of the pieces that I remember really, really wanting at that time are like pieces I still really want. But I really like this piece in particular because of the tieredness of it. Like, it's really just the shape of the dress and the way that it's designed. I really like how the top has like these round, I think it's either lace or that's the way the skirt is designed. But it has like this round lace here at the top. It goes down in this big tier right here. I really, really like tiered pieces. I think that they're absolutely gorgeous. So I really want this skirt. Preferably in the wine colorway, which I feel like is maybe a little surprising. But I would also take the ivory one. Wouldn't buy the pink or the brown. That's just not the colors I would wear. But yeah, so Cameo Window in wine, preferably the skirt. JSK is good too. Okay, so these next two are really random, but like I kind of said in my last spiel about Cameo Window, these are pieces that I wanted when I first started Lolita, and I still kind of want a little bit of the things I wanted from back then. I put on my Instagram story a while back that I was starting like a very, very small capsule white chocolate wardrobe. I originally was a Sweet Lolita / Gothic Lolita when I started wearing Lolita fashion. I've pretty much like veered out of Sweet Lolita, even though I have quite a few pieces, and like a lot of my wardrobe is Angelic Pretty, but like the more gothable Angelic Pretty pieces. But I really want that small little bit of chocolate Lolita that I really wanted to be when I first started wearing Lolita fashion. So this first dress is Royal Creamy Chocolate JSK in the ivory colorway. It's cute. I don't know what else to say about it. I love the shape of the dress. I think that the print is really unique for chocolate prints. I know the brown colorway has like this gold flaking on it, which is really pretty. And then there's like the mocha colorway that has that really light brown color, which is also really pretty, honestly. But I want the ivory one specifically because I want a white chocolate Lolita wardrobe, and I really like the way that the brown kind of pops on the ivory. So that one is on there. And then my next chocolate dress is Melty Royal Chocolate in the ivory JSK. I really like side frills. That's something that I think is really cute in Lolita, is side frills. I think that the design of this dress is really cute. It has pleats, and then it has the side frill, of course, on the side, and then the embossed chocolate all throughout the fabric. It's just really cute. Definitely something I would wear if it had like a different type of print on it, or it was just a plain print, and it didn't have as many bows and all that stuff. You could probably like coordinate a dress in that kind of shape, like gothically. But the only thing I think is kind of strange, and I feel like a lot of like chocolate Lolita, is they all have this weird military style like bust, which I'm not mad about. It's still cute, but I've noticed that it happens a lot. I'm like, what is it with the chocolate and then the military style front? That it's just like a weird correlation to go together. But I'm not mad about it. It's still cute, but I would definitely prefer a different kind of like bustier on the top than just 2 buttons with a chain connected to it. So that's pretty much the only chocolate dresses I really want. The other one that was on the list was Chess Chocolate, and I did get that dress, so 1 wishlist dress obtained. Alright, so next dress is Vampire JSK by Metamorphose Tente de Fille. I like it. It's cute. It's like another one of those like plain solid color dresses with like gold on the bottom of it. It's more of like a vampire like hunting kind of dress, which I think is pretty unique for vampire JSKs. I feel like a lot of like vampire themed JSKs are obviously just about vampires or Dracula or something. But I think that this one is super cute. I particularly want just the regular JSK style. I think there's a different kind of JSK, and then there's like skirt and capelet combo, which I think would also still be cute. But the capelet is like weirdly short, and I just wish that more capelets like would stopping like right at the curve of your shoulder. I wish they just went just a little bit farther down. That doesn't have to be half of my arm, but just a little bit farther down would be nice. I just think it looks cuter that way. It looks like it doesn't fit me if it stops right here. So I would prefer just the normal JSK. It has this nice beautiful bustle on the back. It's so cute. And it looks like all of the bows are detachable, so that's nice. I like to take the bows off and put something else there, just for versatility, better styling. You could also just like put them in different places on the JSK. So yeah, hopefully that one comes up for a good deal. If I had to pick a color, probably the black one, but the other 2 are fine too. So just any color really. Okay, this next dress, Gloria by Angelic Pretty. So I already own the red colorway of Gloria, and it's the back frill version, which is absolutely stunning and beautiful. I'm so happy I have that dress. It is so gorgeous. I remember wanting that dress so bad when I first started, and it was one of those dresses that would sell for like $800 like back in the day. So I am very, very, very happy I have that dress in my wardrobe. But me being the greedy Lolita that I am, I really want the white colorway. I really, really, really want the white colorway. And can you blame me as a Shiro Gothic Lolita? Of course I want the white colorway. But because I already have the back frill version in wine, I want the shoulder frill version. And honestly, like, at first I was like, well, I really want the back frill version in ivory. But the more I keep looking at Gloria online, I'm like, you know, I kind of want the shoulder frill version. Not only because I only have the back frill version in a different color, but I feel like the white version makes it really look angelic. Like, Angelic Pretty. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just looks more, like, angel-like, a lot softer, a lot lighter. From what I remember, I think the shoulder frill version was more popular than the back frill version. So it's a little bit more difficult to find, but you know, I really want to have every single piece of clothing from the Gloria line. Like, I want the head bow, I want the socks, I want the white colorway of the JSK is, of course, highest on my list, but I really want the black one too. Because I'm greedy. But, yes. You know, and it's so cute because, like, it has this, like, purple, like, bow on the front of it. I kind of hope that's detachable, just in case, you know, versatility and, like, styling and stuff. But I kind of hope that's detachable. The one on my back frill version isn't, but the bow on this one looks a lot bigger than the back frill version. The only color I wouldn't want is the pink one. It's just not the color for me. But yeah, so I would say that's probably almost one of my dream dresses, but I already have the dress. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like really high on my wish list. If you have the shoulder frill or the back frill version of Gloria in white preferably or black, I will buy it from you. So all right, next piece. So this dress I'm wearing right now is from Hey Newly. It is called the St. Giles JSK, I think. There's two different versions of this JSK. There's this one where it's just kind of plain. There's nothing there. I have a bunch of stuff covering the bodice, but there's nothing here at all. And then they have a second version where there's a big cross with like a halo around it. I don't really like it, so I'm glad that I was able to find this dress. It's just like a really, really, really plain dress with this like stained glass on the bottom. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is the next dress on my list is the St. Vitus JSK in white by Hey Newly. Almost exactly the same concept. It's got a big cathedral on the bottom, and then it has like actual like lace and like, what are they, those cross straps up here, and then there's like a ruffle on the top. It's just a little bit more intricate. I already have the skirt version of this in black, which I really absolutely adore, but I really just want the JSK or the OP in white. I think that it's beautiful. It's so cute. I really like it. That's kind of the reason why I bought this dress, because it's almost exactly the same dress, except it's the St. Giles one, which is a lot more plain than the St. Vitus one, which is great because you can style it like all kinds of ways. You can add all kinds of things to it, but you know, nothing really beats like having the sewn in lace and details and everything. And then it has like a chiffon ruffle on the bottom, and then this dress just has like this lace trim, which is pretty simple. The other thing, I think this might just be like a Hey Newly thing, but they make their dresses very long. I don't know if it's to cater to just like Western audiences, because we are usually a lot taller than people in the more Eastern audiences. But I'm 5'2", and I usually prefer my dresses to be like right above my knee. So like my knees are still out, I guess, but their dresses always hit me like way below the knee. Not mid shin length or anything, but just like right below the knee. It's just like a little bit of an awkward length for me. I don't really like that length. There are like lolitas who prefer their dresses to be that long, but I just like mine to just be like a little bit shorter, because I wear big platform shoes, and it just makes me look a lot taller when the dress is a little bit shorter. And when I have a dress that goes right below my knee like that, it makes me feel really frumpy. This dress is kind of doing that, but also this dress is a large size, and I should be wearing the small or medium size. But I got the second hand, so I didn't really have a choice in that matter, which is fine, you know. at least it's not too small, right? So I can just tighten it up a little bit. Only thing is I just can't make it shorter. And you know, that's kind of like the other thing about like long versus short dresses is you can always add an underskirt, but to like make a dress shorter, it's just, you either have to like pin it up and then that's uncomfortable, or you have to like sew it, and I'm just like, I just wish the dress was just a little bit shorter and I could just throw an underskirt under it. But enough of my rambling. Okay, the next dress is another piece I already have. Marionette in My Closet Room JSK 2. So this is the JSK with the corset, not the JSK with the bow in the center. I prefer dresses that have like, that don't have the big sewn-on bow in the center, because when you have like a corset there to cinch in your waist, it makes the skirt shape a lot cuter in my opinion. If I don't have anything to like tie the waist in a little bit more, it's a little sad. But yes, so this is my preferred version of this dress. I want it in gray, which is just hard. Like, they're on Lace Market, but they're for like insane prices, like $550. And I've tried talking with those sellers about lowering the price, and they won't budge, which is crazy, because they're like the scalper sellers. Usually those sellers will buy it secondhand from Japan or China and then sell it to you for like 3 times the price they bought it for. And they never sell because no one's gonna pay $600 for this dress. So it's just really frustrating. But I did get the skirt version of Marionette in My Closet Room in the blue version, which is still a cute colorway. I would take that colorway, or red. I just don't want like the purple one. I don't know, I don't like the colors in it. But the other 3 are nice, but most preferred is the gray version. So okay, next dress. Another dress I have already is Horror Garden. I have it in the red colorway, but I want it in the white colorway, not black, just the white one. I'm starting to grow kind of attached to my red OP, but if I ended up finding the white version of Horror Garden, I might sell the red one. The white one is a little different than the other two because it has silver on the bottom instead of gold. AP always puts gold on their dresses, so it's very interesting that they did a silver version. But yes, I want the white colorway of Horror Garden as my most preferred colorway. Only the OP. Originally I said it could be the skirt or the OP, but at this point I'm kind of really just wanting the OP because I really like the way it looks. It's really cute, very doll-like. I feel like a little vampire princess in it, so yes. Okay, next dress is Vampire Prelude JSK in Ivory. I feel like this is another impossible ask because I feel like half of the Lolitas I know, this is their dream dress. So, and it's specifically in this colorway too. It is so pretty. It has like a whole bunch of roses on the bottom that really pop against this ivory color. And there's this gate on the bottom, so it's kind of got that iron gate feel on the bottom of it. And then there is some windows. I'm assuming this dress is probably based off of Dracula or something. So there's like a little story going on. Usually in Alice and the Pirates pieces, they are based on some sort of story or fairy tale. So it is just, it's so pretty, and it has boning for structure. This dress is kind of old at this point, so that boning might not be so good anymore, but I love it. I love this dress. It's very pretty. I really don't see me finding this dress unless it was re-released, honestly. Which is kind of sad because I really don't think that they would probably make it as good as they made it before. I can't tell what fabric this is made out of, but I'm gonna assume it's probably not 100% polyester like how most dresses are made nowadays. But if they were to re-release this piece, most likely it would be a polyester dress, which is unfortunate, but that is what happened with this next dress we're gonna talk about, Vampire Requiem, in ivory, of course. This dress is super cute. I feel like this dress is a little bit easier to find than the previous one, even though it's the original Vampire Alice and the Pirates piece. It's just not as stark, it's just not as pretty as the last one. I mean, let's be honest. It's very gorgeous, like, don't get me wrong, it's on my wish list for a reason, but it's just not as striking as the last one. It doesn't have like those big roses like in your face, like against the ivory, but it does have like this like cloudy night sky at the top, and then there's a gate on the bottom. It's very pretty. I see the red version come up a lot on Lace Market. Other colorways, I think I've seen the purple a lot. I just never see the black or the ivory. Well, I've seen the ivory come up a couple times, but there was like another dress or something around that time I had already bought or was planning on buying that kind of exceeded the queue for this dress, so I just didn't buy it. But yeah. Okay. Next dress, one I'm a little salty about, but you know, it's fine. The Elizabeth JSK by Baby the Star Shine Bright in the white colorway. Originally I wanted the OP, which I would still honestly take, but I just kind of realized I would probably prefer the JSK because it's going to be a lot more comfortable. It has a shearing panel on the back, and it would just be more versatile for everyday wear. But I also plan on using this dress as my wedding dress if I ever get married. So, the reason why I say I was a little bit salty is they literally just had a lottery for this dress, and I entered the lottery and I just never got an email. So, it's been a couple weeks, so I don't think that I got into the lottery, but you know, you never know, it might just show up like a month later. You know, it's fine. But, yeah. So hopefully some of the people that get the dress, maybe they decide they didn't actually want it and they'll sell it to me. So, yes. Alright, we're nearing the end here. Alright. Next dress, before we go into my last two dresses, which are my dream dresses, is this Rose Lace JSK by Moime Moitié. I think the dress kind of speaks for itself. It's gorgeous. I wish they would make more white X blue dresses that aren't prints like this. The ones that are just more focused on the structure of the dress, and not the print that's on the bottom. I would definitely take a re-release of this dress. I think it's just gorgeous. It's so pretty. I like it. I don't really think I need to say anything more about it, but it's mwah. It's beautiful, beautiful. Okay, the last two dresses are my top two dream dresses. So the first one is Shearing Ribbon OP from 2003 by Moime Moitié. It's just gorgeous. Like another one of those dresses I feel like is on a lot of Gothic Lolitas, like top of their list / dream dress. I can definitely see Moitié doing some sort of re-release for this in the future. I really hope they do at some point, because I feel like if this dress comes up, people are going to be paying an obscene amount of money for it, and I am not about to pay like $1,000 for a dress. It's just insane. I'm not gonna do that. But which is a story I have here in a little bit, which we'll get into when we get to the next dress. But yes, it's very, very simple, very elegant. You know, I love it. Of course I want the white version. The black one is cute too. I wouldn't pay a whole lot of money for the black one though. So the white one I would, but the black one I wouldn't. So I hope they re-release this at some point. They've been doing a lot of like really original Wattier re-releases. So fingers crossed. Okay, last dress, Ultimate Dream Dress, Rose Cross Print JSK by Moyman Wattier. This dress, I want it so bad. I really like dresses that are bustier tops that don't have straps. They're just like a big tube top on the top of on your chest, basically. It's just pretty. Like, it's just everything I like. Like, look at my hair and then look at this dress and then tell me that we're not twins. You know what I mean? Like, it has the ornate cross in the middle with roses. It has the elegant Gothic Lolita aristocrat vampire romance text underneath it. And then they have these little slits that open up to this beautiful silver jacquard fabric underneath. It's so pretty. It's so striking. I really love it. And then it has this corsetry right here at the top. I want them to re-release this dress so bad. But yes, it is my top dream dress. I really want this dress. I almost paid an insane amount of money for it not last year, the beginning of this year. In January, this dress came up for sale and I bid for it, I think, almost close to $700 to try and get this dress. And there was a couple of other Lolitas who also started bidding on it. And we kind of got into a little bit of a bidding war. And one of them eventually ended up winning it for $950 US, I think. Almost $1,000 for a dress. Which I think is crazy because I never see anyone talking about this dress. Ever. And then suddenly everyone wants it. Like, I've seen people have the Sharing Ribbon OP, the last dress we just talked about. I've seen people have that on their wish list. I've seen people have that as their dream dresses. I've never seen this dress on anyone's wish list, and suddenly someone wants to pay $1,000 for it. Crazy to me. It made me so frustrated because I was like, oh yes, finally, I get my number one dream dress. It's finally come to. I even convinced the seller to do a payment plan for me because I wanted it so badly. And someone just paid an insane amount. I'm like, I just want to know, like, did they regret that? Like, are they like actually rich? Because there's a difference between having a disposable income like me and then actually being like insanely rich and just being able to buy anything you wanted. I'm so salty about it. I'm sorry. I can't not be salty about it. It better have been their number one dream dress too. And if it was you and you're out there, I've got my eyes on you. If you have this dress and you would like to sell it to me, you can send me a message. Send me a message. I would love to talk to you, actually. I would love to talk to you. So, yes. That was my top Lolita wish list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys would like to see more videos like this from me, just let me know in your comment. I would like to talk more about things that are on my wish list, even if they're like blouses or accessories, socks even, shoes even, bags. Like, I would love to do more videos like this because I like to yap and I like to talk about things, and I also like to hear other people talk about things that they like because it kind of gives me inspiration for my own wardrobe. So if you guys just want to like leave in the comments what you'd like to see me talk about, I would like to make that for you guys. So yeah, bye.